My name is Getti Kehyova, and I have the Guinness World Records title for largest hula hoop spun. What first got me interested in hula hoops, it was actually my older sister. When I was only 9 years old, she gave me the very first hula hoop I ever owned. And I grew up traveling in the circus with my sister and our parents, traveling all over the world, performing as acrobats. And then my sister and I had our very own hula hoop act. So she is the one that basically got me started into loving hula hoops. My father, back in the 80s, he set a Guinness World Record title for the 7-person high perch pole act. A person jumped off of a teeterboard, got catapulted to do a somersault in midair and land on top of the 7th person. My older sister has her very own record for spinning the most hula hoops at one time. About 4 years ago, I retired from performing and I decided to move to Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world, where I became a rigger or technician with Cirque du Soleil. I also became a hula hoop fitness instructor. What inspired me to break a Guinness World Records title was the fact that I have a history with my family of being in the Guinness World Records book in the past. It just so happens that a year and a half ago, a coworker of mine had mentioned to me that they had seen on social media a gentleman spinning the world's largest hula hoop. And she very naturally just said to me, I will bet anything that you can make a bigger hula hoop and beat his record. And at that moment, it was like a light bulb went off in my head. And I thought, wait a minute, maybe I still have it in me to do one more record for myself. Growing up in the circus, you end up performing many acts, training for many things. But this was indeed the hardest thing I've ever done. In order for this to be a successful record, I was supposed to spin the hula hoop 3 times or more without it touching the floor or the ground. I had to train for about a full year, every day, every single day training before I would go to work, before and after my hula hoop fitness classes. It was nonstop. And it was quite painful because the hula hoop is pretty heavy, so every time that revolution and spin comes around and it touches every part of your body, it felt like a punch up against your ribs, which is kind of why I try to wear this protective vest. It's trying to take control over you to knock you down, but you're trying to control it to just keep it up and spinning. So it's like a back and forth type of motion. It's extremely hard to explain. It's not easy, and there's no way you can just stand in one place and spin the hula hoop. You have to actually turn with it all the way around. My neighbors always did think it was kind of odd every time they would drive by. They had no idea why I was even doing this. But I think after a little time, they understood the reason behind it. And on the day of the record, of course, I decided to invite all of my close family, close friends, co-workers, and neighbors, or just people who happened to be walking by here. I felt all sorts of emotions. I went from feeling extremely nervous to extremely scared to extremely pumped and ready to do it. I did have one unsuccessful attempt where the hula hoop, I had so much power in the swing of the hula hoop that it actually ended up kind of hitting me across the face. But that didn't make me stop. I knew that the next time around I was going to be able to successfully achieve it. So when I finally did achieve the record, I was very, very happy for that. Since my sister was the one that gave me the very first hula hoop when I was just a little girl, and I had a lot of respect for her, and I looked up to her so much. She was my idol. And she was also featured in the book herself. So this particular record for myself is just a huge honor, and I'm basically doing it for her and for my family's honor as well, because they were also featured in the book. The advice that I would like to give to anybody out there that wants to break a new record: you have to be extremely determined and don't ever give up. You have to practice and train hard every day, so just never give up and keep pushing yourself to the limits.